Yeah, so back to my relationships. I would have patterns in my mind where I would always think the worst thing is going to happen. I would always think that, man, my girlfriend is going to break up with me or leave me. So I was never totally in the moment. I was always living in the future through my mind, and that would create so much unhappiness because it's like, man, she's going to leave me. What am I going to do next? And I created a lot of suffering on myself. And, you know, when we're like that, in general, that's why we have so much conflict with people, because our mind can be like a prison. So that's why we were talking about earlier, going on vacation. When people go on vacation, what they're really going on vacation from is their mind. We get an escape from our mind, because once we go away, we're not thinking about the things that we were thinking about before for that split second until we get back. That's why. So it's not the fact that the vacation makes you happy. It's the fact that when you're on the vacation, you're not thinking too much, right? But if we could not think as much all the time, then there's a potential for continuous joy in our lives. Meaning, in every situation, every aspect of life, we can experience joy because our mind is a lot more quiet. That makes sense? So that's what happened to me. So now my mind is so quiet. When I interact with people, there's not any more judgment, really. I can really sense the aliveness in the other person, and I can sense the life in them, the same life that's in me. So it's easier for love to come out. Does that make sense? That's why for a lot of times love seems so much of a struggle, because it's like in our minds, we create all of this stuff in our minds that makes love so limited. And love is never limited. If it's true love, it's never limited. It's endless. So just like the sun, no matter what Earth does, or Mercury or whatever, the sun is going to continue to put out energy upon energy, right? So we have the same power. No matter what the people around us do, we still put out unlimited amounts of love. And if we live that way when we interact with people, once we get to them, you know, they're going to feel that from us, right? And then they're going to not think as much. That makes sense? And then they're going to experience joy, right? That's why people drink and smoke and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying that there's anything right with that, because, you know, this is on camera, so I can't, let's say, encourage it, but I'm not discouraging it either. But there's a reason why people smoke or drink. When people smoke or drink, what are they trying to get away from? Their mind, right? Just like people talk about being protective, right? And I have two sisters, and people ask, well, how come you're not protective so much, right? Do you guys think I'm protective? The two sisters that's here? Right? I'm not protective because deep down, ultimately, there's not really anything that I could protect you from. Because, you know, we like to, our ego makes us think that we can control stuff, but you see what happens, right? The universe is really in control. It can take a person 100 years to build a city. A hurricane can knock it down in a second, right? But the one thing that I cannot protect them from, which is probably what they need protected from the most, is what? Huh? Are y'all even paying attention? That's the problem. Y'all didn't catch that. What's the one thing that I cannot protect you guys from?
Protect people.
I can't protect you from your mind. Because your mind is going to create your world. So if I have stuff in my mind about the world, so if I think that the world is bad, I'm going to treat the world like it's bad, and then I'm going to get bad situations. But if I have peace in my mind, and everything is basically quiet, whenever I interact in a situation, is peaceful and powerful. You can have so much power. When we meet people, there's no fear anymore. I don't have to threaten you for you to listen to me. Right? Do I have to threaten you guys? Right?
Yo, I remember one time you cursed up there before. Black wasn't listening to you. You said, what?
But you get the point, right? So, but different things are called for at different times. But we can have so much power with everyone that we meet. We could, if we meet someone that's a thug or whatever, we can have so much power in the interaction because once we meet them, all conflict stops, right? We have a picture. We're gonna end with this. We have a picture on our Facebook page. It says, "We don't want peace." Doesn't that kind of sound weird? If this is supposed to be a peaceful community, why would it say we don't want peace, right? Well, we don't want peace because we are peace. So meaning, in any situation, I'm not looking for peace. I am peace. So every situation, conflict stops. And that gives you immense power. So in any situation you get into, you don't have to be afraid anymore because you know, I'm peace.